Hey everybody, what's going on? It is James here with Crypto Common Sense. Wanted to shoot a market update video for you. It's September 28th, just after 10 p.m. Central Time. So before we jump into the market and what's going on with Bitcoin today, as well as a few other markets I'm going to talk about today, please do me a huge favor. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button on this video if you haven't already. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So the first thing I want to talk about today is actually the total market cap, because the total market cap itself is, excluding Bitcoin, has stayed pretty steady these last couple of days. So we've really stayed between the 62 and 63 billion dollar area, which is kind of what I was expecting to see with alts. I felt like they were probably pretty close to done bleeding. But that being said, the fact that they haven't really rallied at all, while Bitcoin has been moving fairly sideways, starting to think maybe I was wrong. Starting to think that maybe this is just a temporary pause before further downside ensues. So I've actually started to cancel some of my bids that at one point in time I considered to be, lowball bids. Now they're in danger of being filled, and I'm not so sure that I'm confident about them. So just as an example, I had a bid sitting at $44 on Litecoin for about 2.5 months now, and I probably will end up canceling that and just waiting to see how Litecoin acts. I don't even know what Litecoin is right now. So it's right around 54 bucks right now. I'm starting to think more and more that it probably is going to head back down to, at the very least, this $30 to $35 area, and again, potentially even lower than that. So probably won't pick any up at 44 to hold. Now I might pick some up down around this green line to trade, meaning, if it gets down around 41 bucks, I might pick some up and look to sell them on some type of dead cat bounce. So we'll see how that plays out, but probably won't be investing in Litecoin right now. And that's kind of where I'm at on most alts. I picked up some Zcash the other day. I picked it up around $36. I think it's up around 38 last I looked. I'll probably end up unloading that versus holding it. It's up over 5%. It's a good win, and I'll probably look to buy back cheaper. And if it doesn't go down, then no harm, no foul. There's lots of other altcoins, and there will be lots of other opportunities in the future. So not feeling real good about alts, right? They just really haven't been able to move at all. They're just moving sideways with Bitcoin, which to me says that when Bitcoin continues its downslide, alts are probably going to continue to slide down with it. Talking about Bitcoin itself, we had this pump earlier that looked so darn attractive. I was actually sitting here watching it. It started to go up. I got super duper excited. I thought, finally, here we go. Here's this pump I've been waiting for so I can open up this giant short. And the bears were having none of it. Now, here's the funny thing about this pump. I do not think it was the bears pushing this back down. Now, that's going to sound funny because you're like, wait a minute, of course it is. I don't think so. I think what this was a bunch of trapped bulls who are finally getting out of positions, long positions that they opened up. They finally lost hope and basically capitulated and dumped. And I think that's what sent this right back down. I was not able to get a short open right here. I had a short over on Kraken for up around 8,400 bucks. I actually canceled it before this happened because, again, I thought the pump was going to go higher than this. I thought we'd probably get back up to at least 8,500 or 9,000. So I got excited here because, to me, I thought, okay, here we go. This is going to be the pump. This will be our impulse bar. Might have a little pullback and then pop right back up to that 8,500, and I'll be able to open my short. But instead, no such luck. This thing's got absolutely slammed. If you look, this was a great big green volume bar. It was 392 volume. And then the very next bar, oh, no. Here we go, 771. Right back down it went. So a little frustrating as a result of that. First off, I've only been at my desk for about 2 hours today. So there will be lots more opportunity. I sat down for a few minutes and left and went and had dinner with the family and stuff like that. Weekends, I try to get away a little bit. So I'm sure I'll find some opportunity tonight, but so far I haven't had any trade opportunities today. So I'll just be watching this and, looking for some type of setup. Right now I'm still sitting on my hands and just waiting patiently for the market to serve up a nice, easy to hit pitch for me. All right, so that's kind of what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. I'm still waiting, hoping that we get some type of false pump so that I can indeed open up some margin shorts. Okay. When I look at some of the other markets, guys, there's just a lot of really bearish charts right now. It's not just cryptocurrency. So if you're kind of getting bummed out about the cryptocurrency going down the last couple of weeks, it's not just crypto, right? If I take a look at the NASDAQ, look at this. The NASDAQ looks like absolute dog shit, right? I've got a friend who just recently started investing in stocks and actually sent in this chart and said, dude, just be real, be aware of what's happening here. So I'll give you guys a little something, a little tip. Long story short, a friend of mine and myself, we discovered that 12-day charts work really well with divergences in the stock market. Now, I've never seen that taught anywhere. I don't ask me why 12 days. There actually is a reason for it. I don't want to go into a great amount of detail because it's going to give away some of the other stuff that I figured out that I actually teach in my paid courses. But long story short, just trust me on this. You can go back and you can back test this. If you look at a 12-day chart on the stock market, oftentimes when there's divergences, you'll find out that the market had a pullback or some type of correction. So for example, right here, there was a really deep divergence and the market pulled back about 20%. And then if you look over here, we have this divergence. I actually posted about this on Facebook when this first happened, and the market pulled back right after that divergence. It pulled back about 10%, and now it's got another divergence. It's made another higher high, another lower low, another lower high. So this is just looking really bad, right? So the NASDAQ doesn't look great. It's down about 4.5% off that peak there. Gold looks like absolute dog crap. This is a gold chart. I know a lot of gold bugs, they say that you can't go wrong investing in gold. Full disclosure, I don't invest in gold. I've never invested in gold. If I did invest in gold, I wouldn't invest in gold right now. That's just my personal opinion. This to me looks very, very bad. This is a monthly chart. So gold is now overbought on a monthly chart. And on top of that, the month is going to be closing in about 2 days. And we're putting in a tweezer top, right? Over here, the high was $1,555. Over here, the high was $1,557. So this tweezer top looks very, very bearish to me. And if I was going to be investing in gold, which again, I'm not, but if I was, I'd probably be looking for some type of retracement back down here to the $1,200 to $1,300 area is where I would be expecting this thing to pull back to. Now, if you've never invested in precious metals before, just a heads up, they don't move like crypto, right? This is a monthly chart. So this retracement that I'm talking about that, I might feel comfortable putting some money in, you're probably talking 3 to 6 months before it plays out, maybe a year, right? Of just slow action. That's why I don't trade precious metals really. Here recently I've gotten into silver, buying silver and doing a tiny bit of trading on it. But yeah, swing trading and stuff, I don't really know that I want to get into that on precious metals. But it is interesting, right? It is interesting that gold looks so bad. NASDAQ looks bad. Crypto looks bad. If we take a look at silver, silver looks bad. Anybody who's watched just a couple of my videos probably knows exactly how I'm trading this. Look at this, right? Silver pumped up. Looks a whole lot like Bitcoin, doesn't it? Boom, had its blow off top, came down, lower high, right? Tell me that doesn't look like Bitcoin. Crazy how much it looks like Bitcoin. So what I'm doing on this, I actually am interested in buying silver. And I've been waiting for a couple of weeks now to really go hot and heavy on silver. But essentially, I want to see this thing pull back down to around $16.32. My trading strategy doesn't really change whether it's crypto or anything else. For me, this is my reload zone. Right, so that's kind of what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for it to come down to that area. Again, it's totally fine for me to day trade that or swing trade that in the meantime. But as far as investing in silver, I want to be investing down in this area here. We had this beautiful W right here, bam, 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 right? So it could be that silver decides to come back down and test this line all the way back down here around 15 bucks. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. I'm kind of interested in silver. And when I say silver, I'm talking about the silver ETF, right? The stock, not the actual physical silver. I bought a little bit of physical silver, but I'm not going to buy a lot of it. And I'll tell you, long story short, there's a reason why. You can't really trade it, right? If I buy silver just for an example, it's $17.50 and they ship it to me. By the time you pay for shipping or whatever, and if you're not paying for shipping, then you're paying over what they call spot price. So you end up paying $18 or $19 for it. You get it. And then if you do want to sell it, you have to take it down to your coin store, your silver shop, and they're not going to give you spot for it. If it's selling for $17.50, they're probably going to give you $16 for it, right? So as soon as you buy the physical version, you lose money. Right out of the gate. If you turn around and sold it the next day for the exact same price, you'd still lose money because you can't actually sell it for what you paid for it. You're paying more than spot price and then you're selling it for less than spot price. So if you're actually looking to trade silver or trade precious metals, the ETF products are good for that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about. For example, SLV, it's basically you're trading bullion that you never actually touch. It's stored in like a vault somewhere. Right, so you can see here it's 1636, and I can buy and sell this just like any stock or just like Bitcoin. I can buy this when the market's open, obviously, and then I can turn around and sell it 30 seconds later, right? So watching silver, watching the NASDAQ, I'm watching gold, I'm watching silver. I just said that twice, and of course I'm watching all the different crypto that I'm interested in. But right now with crypto, I'm just day trading until we get up and retest this old level. Now I want to give you guys a little bit of a tip. And we'll probably wrap the video up, make it a short video today. I'm going to give you a tip, all right? Do with this information whatever you feel like. I'm not telling you what to do with it. I'm just going to give you a tip, all right? Let's turn the EMAs off. So we have a nice clean chart. Let's turn the Fibonacci level off. And look, just ignore my lines up here. Don't worry about those. Those don't matter for what I'm about to show you. Just watch one line. And I've talked about this line in other videos, but I'll talk about it right here because I've never really talked about how to trade this. All right, you see this red line down here? In fact, let's do this. Okay. So this red line during a bull market typically acts as support. Let's pull it down a little bit, okay? You can see here that it acts as support and it bounces off of it over and over again. And then in a bear market, you'll often see it come down, come up and retest it, come down and come up and retest it, down, up to retest it, until it finally capitulated. Okay. Now, ask yourself, if you wanted to make money in that bear market, what's the easiest way to do it? Well, it's to short the rallies. Now, these prices are just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. You can try to line them up with Fibonacci levels. They'll often line up really nicely with those. But watch this. See where this RSI is? It's right there. See where this RSI is here that tested it? It's right there. Not this green candle. It's over in this red candle here. It started going down. See where this one is? Right there. Okay. So if you're watching this and you're looking to open short positions when this line got tested, you would have went short right here. You would have went short right here. You would have went short right here. And the drawdown on those, watch this. This one fell 44%. This one fell right around 40%. And this one, depending on how long you held it, fell right around 60%. Right? Now you didn't need moving averages, you didn't need lines of support and resistance on the price, you didn't need a bunch of fancy indicators, just one simple indicator, RSI. Bam, bam, bam. So if you start with $1,000 here and you got 44%, you'd be up to about 1,400, a little over. Get another 40%, you'd be up to around, hell, I don't know, 1560, about 1960, just call it $2,000. And then if you got 60%, of course, the perfect world, you're not ever going to do that, but 60% all of a sudden, you'd be up to around $3,200. So you got 300%, right? 3x basically, not 300%, but 3x of your original. Your $1,000 would be worth around $1,000, right? So a 200% gain, right? Just off of that RSI, that line. Now, what happened in this bear market when it fell down there? It fell down right around 47, 48, and then it came up and retested it. Where are we at right now? We're sitting right around 47. This is part of the reason that I'm not opening up a short right now, a swing short. What I'm really waiting for is for this price to come back up and test that at least $8,500 to $9,000 area, right? Somewhere in there. And I'm going to be watching this RSI, and hopefully it comes up and tests this line at the same time. Now, if it does, that's, going to give me two different reasons that I want to go short there. Okay, and a third reason for me would be the fact that we're obviously in a downtrend, or at least I consider this a downtrend. So then I could open a monster short and look to ride that as low as it goes. Okay, if I'd opened a short back here, which I didn't, back in 2018, it's not that I would have wrote it from here all the way down here. I would have closed it probably somewhere in this first couple of weeks, right? Same thing this one, probably got maybe 15, 20%, 15, 20%, and maybe 10 or 15% in this last one because it actually grinded sideways quite a bit. So it's not that I would have got the whole moves, okay? But yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking to do. I'm waiting for this to come up and retest that trend line. And I'm showing you this because a lot of people are going to get impatient. They're just going to say, to hell with it, I'm going short. And maybe that's the right play, I don't know. But at the same time, it would be logical for this to come up and retest that line. And it would be logical for this to come up and retest support flipped resistance, okay, right around 90, anywhere from 9,100 all the way up to about 9,500 would be fair game in my mind, right? Super weak bounce might take us to 8,500, but really, if you're looking at a weekly chart, even 9,600, right? This red candle here, it closed around 95.33, so 95 through 9,700 is not off limits. And like we talked about in one of the videos a few days ago, if you're drawing Fibonacci levels on here, the golden ratio is actually up right around 9,700 bucks. Okay, so I'm going to be watching that. Now, one thing to mention is today is obviously Saturday, okay, at least Central Time. So there's actually still about 21 hours left in the week, which means that if some crazy rally happens, it is possible that we do close above this red line and this ends up being one giant fake out. I seriously don't expect that at all. But it is possible, and it's important to understand that this candle has not closed, so this RSI could potentially change depending on where this candle closes at, okay? But overall, if you're willing to be bearish and a downtrend, oftentimes it can lead to some really, really massive returns. On the flip side, if you're stuck in bull mode, fighting the downtrend, you're probably going to get wrecked, right? That old saying in trading, the trend is your friend. Everybody likes that saying in a bull market because not everybody, but the majority of people are always in bull mode, so they love that saying. But in a bear market or a downtrend, for some reason they ignore that saying and they try to keep fighting it and keep saying we're going up any minute, we're going up any minute. I just think people get so blinded by their bias, So for me, this is a downtrend, and for me, I'm going to trade it as a downtrend, and for me, I'm going to be looking for reasons to go short. I'm not looking for reasons to go long. I'm not looking to try to fight this trend, okay? So with all that being said, please remember, obviously I am some guy sitting in a spare bedroom. Nothing in this video is financial advice or trade advice. You should always do your own due diligence before making any type of investment in cryptocurrency. Also, don't forget you can check the description for links where you can follow me on TradingView, Twitter, and where you can join my free Facebook group. And recently I added a link where you can also join my paid groups as well, if you choose to do so. There's a link down there to the most non-salesy sales page you will probably ever see. All right, this is James with Crypto Common Sense. Trade safe.